The job numbers came out, and they were anticipated at 50, maybe 70,000 additional jobs. John Carney, our economic and finance editor, who's a regular on my podcast and has been on the show, and I'll bring him on again soon, he would have thought that you could have made the case that even 30,000 was a good level of jobs. Well, we got 130,000 new jobs, more than double, almost triple some of the average economist projections for the numbers. And it gets better from there. Unemployment rate dropped, hourly earnings went up. And my favorite stat, the federal government cut 34,000 jobs in the latest jobs report. 34,000. So that means the federal government is tightening up, and we're still growing jobs at a rate that people would never have anticipated. And this is why. It's because of these policies that we're going to be cutting waste. We're going to be slashing government. We have a new immigration scheme where we're not importing a bunch of people to do menial, low-wage jobs, which artificially inflates the numbers. And we're going to have to recalibrate what is the new normal at this time. But we know that these numbers, the thought that we would cut 34,000 federal jobs, it really means the jobs numbers were kind of like 170,000 jobs in the positive. Because do we really care that a bunch of federal workers lost their jobs? No, we don't. Not to say that some federal workers don't do some good, of course. But many, many, many of them do not do anything productive for society. And so I had the choice. Do I want to talk about the fact that, once again, Trump administration has been underestimated? People are not seeing the benefit of all of Trump's policies. Do I want to start with that? Do I want to talk about the fact that we decided that we were going to wrap in government jobs in the federal level with the broader jobs report? That didn't make any sense to me. Why did we ever do that to begin with? We never should have done that. We never should have included federal jobs in our jobs data, because that just means the government can print money, hire some people to do nothing, to basically play with their phones. Remember the one during the pandemic where there was a guy who was tweeting a picture of himself on a laptop in his bathtub because he was not an essential worker? Through the bathtub with the laptop. Very portly gentleman taking up the whole tub. And that's what people were doing when they had the non-essential worker stuff going on during the pandemic. All these people have got to go. They got to lose their jobs. They got to learn how to do something productive in the real world, the working force. So I had a choice. I could start with this blowout number, or what I could do is I could start with clearing the air on the Epstein stuff. Because I knew once I got going, I wouldn't be able to come back around to it. Because if I did come back around to it, it would honestly be like breaking wind in front of the whole room. On microphone, because they mic you up. So I don't want to do it. So we got into policy. We got into all sorts of stuff. And I'll tell you that I will save a lot of the major takeaways for future shows. But the focus was really on power. And we never thought about how deindustrialized areas have spare power capacity that can be put to use. We're talking about smart restoring. We don't have to make everything. We don't have to import things like t-shirts, but we can still restore a bunch of stuff like building Mercedes in the United States. Focusing on pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, the victories of the most favored nation policies with drug prices, and the fact that we are going to be making more pharmaceuticals here. And basically bringing back shop class, this concept that Americans want to work with their hands